Hello, my friends. I'm back. I've got a wonderful friend named Jack Hutchinson who hit me up on LinkedIn to ask about creating an image like you see here using nothing more than PowerPoint. We need a PNG, and she knows how to do everything on this screen, but the thing she had a question on was these arrows. How do we make an arrow that follows the curvature of a shape? In this case, a circle. Is it possible to do that in PowerPoint? The answer is yes, so I'm recording this just for her, but just on the off chance anybody else either needs to do this exact kind of thing or something similar and this sparks an idea, I'm going to show you how to make these arrows come true. So we're going to start by creating a new slide. We're going to get rid of the came with the frame items that show up in here. And the first thing we need is a circle that we can shape our arrows around. So we're going to say insert, shapes. We're going to click on the oval, and then holding shift, we're going to click and drag to turn that oval into a perfect circle. Now get used to doing these next few steps. I'm going to click align center. I'm going to click align middle because we want this to be in the center, and everything we're going to build, we're going to center it up around it so it follows that curvature. I'm going to get rid of the outline, and I'm going to make the shape a little less aqueous. If something can be innocuous, does that mean that it could also be aqueous? And that's what we're removing the acuity of it. Irregardless, let's not get hung up on words. Let's go ahead and create our arrows. I know irregardless isn't a word. So we're going to come back to shapes, and you're probably tempted to go straight here to this arrow because, hey, we're making arrows, we're going to make it curve around, right? But that is the wrong play because these arrows only want to go straight, and if you put curve in them, they want to do an S. So we're going to skip past that and go to this little baby right here called arc. Click on that. Again, we're going to hold shift because we want it proportional, and you'll see as I'm dragging it, we're making a box, and only a quarter of it is arced out. So we want this box right over, and it just happened to be the right size here, but let's pretend I didn't get it right on. You can see these little red lines here is telling me when I'm lined up. You can line it all up. So now my arc is perfectly lined up with the circle, and that's what we want. So we're going to line it up perfectly with the circle, and now if you'll see here, if I hold control and scroll up on the mouse wheel, you'll see this arc that we created is just following the edge of that circle perfectly. Well, that's not what we want. Let's look at our original image again. We want some space in between. We want to put some icons and have some eye-catching space in there. So let's click on our arc again, and we're going to hold shift, and we're going to grab the corner, and we're going to pull it out. Pull it out about twice as far as what you want it to be, because you'll notice the left and bottom side are still stuck to the circle. So once we've made it bigger, we're going to come up here to arrange, align, align center, arrange, align, align middle. And now they're both centered around the same point, and it's following the arc perfectly. Another convenient thing about this arc is you see these little orange dots. I can grab either one of these handles and I can make it longer or shorter, but it's always going to follow that same arc. So that's going to be nice for when we do throw our icons in there. We don't want it to completely overlap them. So, okay, cool. I've got my shape, but hey, J-Rock, I wanted an arrow, not a line. Well, if I click on that, if I right click on it, I now have a menu, and I can choose format shape, which gives me a whole big menu over here on the right. So I can come in here and change the color. Say I don't like that blue, I like this blue better. I can make it thicker. I like a good 2 points so I can see what I'm looking at. And here's where it gets interesting. Begin arrow type, begin arrow size, end arrow type, end arrow size. Well, in this image, if we're copying it, things are moving around clockwise. So let's go to the end arrow. And you have multiple choices of arrows. Let's go with the basic one. And you have multiple sizes of the basic arrow. Let's go middle, bottom. And that's looking pretty good. So, okay, so far so good. We've got an arrow, it's following the outer circumference. But here I've got multiple ones. Do I have to do all those steps every single time? Nah, not really. This is PowerPoint. Once you've built something, you can click on it, hold down Control, and hit D for duplicate. Now, I don't know why it always offsets it to the right and down, But again, we're getting used to this now. Arrange, align center, arrange, align middle, and it's right back where we started. Once again, let's click arrange, but this time let's jump over a line and go down to rotate, and we can flip vertical, put it on the bottom, and now we've got our big long one going across the bottom. Well, hey, J-Rock, that's not going clockwise anymore. That one's pointing the wrong way. No worries. We'll just come down here and say, all right, we want the end arrow to go back to being flat, but let's go ahead and make the begin arrow look like the way we want it. And now here we see we continue that clockwise circumference. And then doing it the other way is simplicity itself. We'll just say arrange. We'll say rotate. We're going to flip horizontal this time. Oh, sorry. Control D for duplicate again. Then we're going to rotate, flip horizontal, and we're going to do our same little dance. Here's another way to do it. You don't always have to go arrange align objects. If you click on this tab on drawing tools, you'll see that align gets its own button over here. So we can align center, align middle, but you can do it the way we've been doing it too if you're more comfortable with that way. There's a couple ways to well, gosh, I was going to say there's more than one way to skin a cat, but that seems like a really horrific saying, and I wonder why would you skin a cat, and why would you want more than one way? Like if your hand got tired or something? I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. We know what to do here. We are going to make the begin arrow the kind we want, and we are going to make the end arrow flat. And now we've got it. Now let's say you don't want all your arrows pointing all the way. Like let's say for this bottom one, what if we just wanted the arrow portion in the middle of the line? How would you do that? Well, I'm gonna hold Control, hit D for duplicate. I am going to, let's try the new way. Format, align center, align middle. And while this one's on top and selected, I'm just gonna take the orange handle and drag it down to the bottom. Boom. Simplicity itself. And there we go. I'm a little bit, okay, I'm gonna click and drag it out of the way because now I want to get rid of this one. I want the end arrow to be flat. I want the begin arrow to be flat because I like the arrow in the middle. And once again, arrange. I'm gonna go the old way again. Align center, arrange, align middle. And that's what you, if you want to put the arrow, it's just kind of a cheat where you put one over the top of the other. So once you got it, looking the way you want, grab everything, Control Group, right click on it. So Control G groups it all together. Sorry, the shortcut key to grouping is Control G. The shortcut key to ungrouping is Control Shift G. That will take them all apart again. But once you right click on it, you can say save as a picture. You can put it on your desktop. And you can save it as a PNG, you can save it as a GIF, you can save it as a GIF. I don't care which one you use. Any of the formats you like, you can save it, and then that can go straight in to your storyline project. So hopefully this helps. It was my pleasure to try and figure this out for my good friend Jack, and she probably already figured it out in the time it took me to record this, but just in case, I hope you're watching, I hope you enjoyed it, my sister, and J-Rock will catch you later. That's so cheesy. J-Rock will catch you later.